then. You're currently traveling towards Nevisile. It's somewhat early in the morning. Ari, you've just woken up and been served breakfast in the cabins. On deck, Candice and Ayler are currently standing after having discussed something. And that's where we'll start it.
Okay. How long's left until we arrive at the Vistula?
You're about halfway there, so it's divided by, so it's roughly 9 divided by roughly 3 days.
Okay.
Well then. Ayler then.
Yes. Is Diamond still there?
She's still at the bow of the ship.
Yes. So, Eiler's sort of just stops walking over there.
Okay.
How closely would Candice be paying attention?
She'd be within earshot.
Yeah.
So she'd hear.
Yeah. Okay. Does Diamond react when?
Not particularly.
So, other than stops and is silent for a little while first. And then sister.
She looks up a bit confused.
Forgive me, Grandma. And she reaches her hand up to her mask, removing it.
Diamond would look surprised, but at the same time not sure of how to react. That's uncanny.
I think I can remember some things.
Is that so?
Yes. I wasn't very old, but that day, so you survived.
Exactly what are you referring to?
Must have been 14 years ago.
It would be around the time when I was found by the captain.
Yes. Do you remember anything before that?
No.
Ah. I see.
I'd scarce remember that if it wasn't for the fact that I've been told so by the captain himself.
I see. Most of what I remember is from my, what I believe our grandma has told me. So she did not speak of much. And I had almost forgotten few memories to art bear.
She thinks for a bit, and then exclaims, "If what you're saying is true, then that is indeed fascinating. But at the same time, it doesn't matter, does it? The past is not who we are, but rather who we are in the present. None of us here really have any family. None of us here really have a past. All we are members of this crew."
That's good enough. Understand. But I believe it wasn't just you dozing off. Besides,
Is that so?
yes,
And how would you explain it?
well, at the trial, we were told that certain, uh, two certain bloodlines could see 3 times. When the trial is going on, you see, time is frozen for those not attending the trial, except for 2 bloodlines.
An interesting hypothesis indeed. Though it seems somewhat flawed, as in what I experienced was not a matter of nearly the same length as the one that you exclaim to have experienced. Mine was merely a second at best. As far as I've understood it, you experienced several minutes.
That true might be because ours is not quite so direct, perhaps.
I suppose that would be a sufficient explanation.
And that's wrong.
Well then. Was there naught else?
No.
I see. She then goes back to what she was doing.
And Ayla puts on her mask again.
Candice, what are you doing?
She wouldn't have been looking. She'd just been sitting where she was, still just eating. But she thought that Isla was going to be talking about something else, so the fact it was that was surprising, I guess. She... hang on, let me roll. How does she...
Pratar du med någon? Om mamma ropar på dig så kan du gå ifrån en sån för jag är i badrummet och låsa in nästa. Om hon ropar så måste du gå ifrån.
Nope. She is not able to hide her expression very well. So if Isla was to see it, then she would know Candace overheard.
Yeah, she would be sort of now looking back.
Okay.
But you probably go over.
What do you do?
Yeah, I would sort of go over to Candace, I think.
You go over then?
Yeah. He wouldn't really say anything, at least at first. So Candace would say anything.
And Candace would probably sort of realize you approaching and sort of shake herself out of it. Probably look a bit embarrassed or guilty, I don't know. And try to hide it by finishing up her food.
Ella would sort of smile and I don't mind.
Okay.
Well, was going to tell you something. Even though I had promised not to feel like I trust you.
Okay.
Around this time, Ari, you come out with your emptied plate.
Alright. What am I seeing when I come up?
You notice that you see most of the other crewmen are kind of going about on the deck of the ship. Candice and Ayla is sitting by the side of the ship to one side. Whereas you come out and there's like a pile for like plates that needs to be washed soon.
I add my plates to the pile and don't do anything to it.
Yes.
It's not much of.
Yep.
What's the weather like?
The weather currently is a bit overcast.
Okay. I'll go and I don't know. Go and sit down on the deck somewhere.
As you do, a bird flies by. In particularly, a news bird.
You say a news bird?
Yes. It's a, to be more correct, it's a subspecies of a falcon. It's kind of a cross between a falcon and owl. That's referred to technically like its actual name is a white beak because of its signature white beak. However, it's more commonly referred to as the news bird because because it can carry heavy loads and can fly for very long distances. It's also very easily trained by those who are skilled in that. So people have trained them to basically carry a small, like attached bag where they can store stuff like flyers or small paid newspapers and drop them on merchant ships they see as they fly across the ocean.
Okay, and have I ever seen one of these things before?
You would have, but you never have received any mail from one because it's never really happened as you've been traveling on ship previously.
Okay. I'll just watch it for now.
Sapphire goes to pick it up. It looks to be some sort of flyer that's been dropped on the ship. Who is paying attention to this?
Canis would probably have looked up.
Yeah, I live too.
But I was watching the birds, so...
Yeah. Then Candice and Ailer, you wouldn't pay notice to the thing it dropped, whereas Ari, you noticed that the bird decided to poo on the pile of dishes as it flew by.
At least it knows.
On the other hand, Ailer and Candice, you notice that Sapphire goes completely pale as she reads the flyer.
And just sort of thinks to herself, this can't be good, but doesn't really react otherwise. If it's that bad, she'll probably share it.
Tyler sort of. How far away is that fire?
Not too far away. Like within earshot. Like you could talk like normal. Like the deck isn't that large. It's not like a massive boat. It's a small galleon.
Is what? Something happened?
She shakes herself out of the shock. Crikey, I think we might need to discuss our heading.
Oh.
She goes over to a bell attached to the mid-mast and starts ringing it. And the rest of the crew gathers. Before she says anything else, she looks over to the two of you and then takes a glance at Ari and then back to you two. May I ask a question?
Yes.
I know you're all good cobbers and all. But I'm no drongo. I truly dead set on heading to Navisle.
For the moment, why? Something happened.
She hands you over the news outlet. citywide, or rather island-wide rebellions.
Rebellions.
A movement known as the True Argendans are rising up all across Argendum, demanding the abdication of the Lord of Blades and the Council. For in place, they want to reinstate the monarchy and sovereign rule. And just yesterday, armed conflicts occurred across the entire, like, multiple places in both Navisile and Luxmaris.
Right.
3 ships that were in dry dock being manufactured or repaired was completely burned down. Multiple shops have had to close due to destroyed properties. And many of the council members have gone into hiding.
Oh my.
It's not good. I suppose if that's what's going on, it wouldn't be safe to land there. But yeah.
So where were we going? To Spatho?
We were going to Navisile to see if we could get Sarah to come with us, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tate, but Stella would be able to start the trial of I forget already.
She would not.
Would not. Okay. I mean, do we know that, or
Yes, it's been stated by Boreas.
okay, right? Yeah,
And that only the true descendant bloodline.
okay, but Arvin would be able to start the trial of Ignatius.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we'd have probably headed towards the Temple of Astrape anyway, since it was nearby. And then after that, it was Zephyrus, Angelica, and Ignatius would be the last 3 we'd try. So, yeah, we were heading to Navisile to sort of just see how things were going and see if we could do anything about it.
Where's the vessel again?
It is this one here.
Ah,
On the west coast of the island south of here.
okay. So it's that main island that they've broken up in
Yes.
rebellion or something?
Yes.
We have anywhere else we can go?
Well, we could look for the captain in the Silver Mountains. We could go to Orphan, to the Temple of Angelica.
Yeah.
But well, I don't like the sound of this. That's all. Maybe it would be foolish to try to intervene.
Well, you'll have to come to a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Ari's not overly fussed which destination we choose, to be honest. The goal is the same either way, so. We happen to just turn around, come back here another time, that's fine.
How do you think, Candace?
I'm worried about my parents, but
Yes.
I don't know if it's safe to go and find out. We're already so close. A quick question for Tay. This uprising, how long has Lord of Glades been in power?
He's been in power quite a decent amount of time. He's been in power since before, let's see. He has been in power, let's see, since roughly sometime before 1570. So
And
at least 20 years, I would hazard.
okay, and so he's been in power for 20 years. And before him, was it monarchy? Before?
No, before him was just the council and itself as well, and another head of the council.
So everyone who wants to reinstate monarchy has been here for more than 20 years, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, the whole uprising doesn't make much sense to Candace in that case.
In particularly, what they want is to they are particularly against bloodlines originating from the steppe,
Oh, of course they are.
because it's suspected that the one who caused all the previous chaos in Argendum, the one who both sank the chairman's ship as well as wreaked havoc in a couple of other towns, was of steppe origin. As such, they are deeming that they are now a threat, and they want them out of the country.
Oh, fun.
And the council, of course, is not going to do that, because that will cut into profit, and as such, they want monarchy, so they have one sovereign rule.
Oh dear.
And if they don't like death-related bloodlines, anyone with any sort of connection
This is a fun mess.
Well, what will you do?
Sadly.
Are there any other temples we could go to now?
We could go to Angelica, but it's a long journey there, and once we pass the mountain by Terrace Place, we can't get back to the western half of the map until we find Astral.
And he's likely in the Silver Mountain.
Yeah. We could turn the ship around, head to Canis Village and see if we can find him from there. But again, that's not really doing much to accomplish our main goal, if that makes sense.
I mean, it sounds like it's a step we need to take eventually
Yeah.
if we want to get around, I guess. So, sooner or later, if he's not showing up.
That's also very surprising myself.
Probably won't be much to accomplish during a rebellion.
Yes.
If they're as pure-blooded as they claim to be, I probably won't be a welcome face. In any case.
Right. Maybe we could still see it. We could get hold of.
What's that say?
Maybe we could see if we could get a hold of Candace's parents.
That's what you want to do.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
It's what I want, but I'm not sure it's safest for all of us.
Do your parents have access to the same books you do?
From the archive, no, that's just me. But we do have a fair library at home.
Do you have access to that library?
Not from here.
Never mind.
Actually, I know what you're thinking, though. That would have been a good idea, but sadly I have no easy way of communicating with them.
Well, if you still want to go, I'm not saying no.
Candace Candace sort of seems at war with herself, and after a moment turns to Sapphire and sort of... Is there anywhere we could land where we wouldn't get immediately torched?
Like there's not like currently like a standstill trench war. Like it's more like there's like been like riots basically. It's not like there is a constant riot. It's just that there are riots.
Yeah, I just don't want to risk being there when something happens. That's all.
Yes, but like.
Thinking about it, is this island over here safe to land on, since there's no chance there?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
And how long's the distance from this point to Nevisale? If we were to take a smaller boat?
With a small boat, you mean like a rowboat?
Yeah, something like that.
1 day.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I was thinking is that we could always land on the opposite island and then going, and that would mean the main ship is safe. But
No.
yeah. We could land a bit north of the town, I suppose, by Christoph's tree. Would be out of the main docks. So the riots probably wouldn't reach that far up. Just thinking for safety reasons, I guess.
I mean, if anything, it's easier to dock in the actual harbor than usual.
Yeah, it would be easy to dock in the vessel itself. There's just the concern for the ship if something's going wrong. Though I suppose
As you're
thinking
thinking that, you hear a loud bang, and suddenly there's a hole in the ship as Ruby has experimented with a cannon.
Yeah, I was about to say, thinking about it, the crew can probably just fight off anyone who gets near. Do we have the materials to patch the hole up without going to the vessel by any chance?
Yeah, she says, and rips out a couple of planks from the railing on the side instead.
Never mind. I mean, the point, if you said no, we would have had to dock there anyway. That was the point. It's probably safe to go there if the crew's gonna just fight off anyone who gets near. I guess. It's just, I guess, good to stay wary if there's gonna be potential riots or something.
Sapphire seems to ponder something. No. I got a cobber in Novisilated. Might have some good contacts, or at least some good knowledge that would help us navigate this current situation.
Oh,
That's good to hear.
He runs a little establishment of his own, so he hears a lot of rumors and gossip. I suppose he'd probably been able to hear both sides while, well, inebriated.
I see.
we can try to make the visit quick and perhaps, if needed, well, ask both your parents if they'd be willing to accompany.
Yeah. We shouldn't need to be there for long anyway, and if they're not liking the current state of things, they probably want to get away from it for a bit anyway. Alright.
Well then, you continue with a level more of an ease as you approach Navisile.
Hmm?
You dock a bit outside of the harbor, and then take the last bit by one of their rowboats. If you just like to get ashore, so that you're not directly in the port. The three of you arrive, and the rest of the crew is still on the ship. Sapphire has told you that this friend of hers, or this cobber, is his establishment is in the south, west northwest of the residential areas.
Okay. Is it
Yes.
going to be easier for us to visit him and then parents, or parents then him?
Roughly equal.
Alright. I guess if we pick them up first, then if they need any preparations, we can go and talk to him and then come back.
That's good.
Yeah. That works then.
So, you head towards a residential district. However, as you do, you do notice that a couple of the houses seem to have what you can only describe as broken windows, scratched at doors. Also, if people have tried to break into certain houses.
I'm going to DM you something. Yeah. Okay. Candace would sort of see the damage to the houses and sort of, oh, that's not good, and would quicken her pace a bit.
I
Yes,
wouldn't say anything, just nod and hurry along as well.
Okay.
As you reach the house, the door is hanging on its hinges.
Oh god. Candace sort of just rushes inside.
It seems to be completely empty, including all, like, valuable belongings.
What about upstairs with the library?
All books are taken.
Is there any sign left that it's like? Does it look like they were taken sort of neatly, or was there sort of were they stolen?
Neatly.
Okay, so they've gotten out of town then. Though the door was blasted open, but well, not literally, just was open, and then but everything inside has been taken for safety.
That's what you would conclude, yes.
Okay. Good to know. It's... Ken sort of comes back down and sort of, well, they're not here, but at least it seems that they're the ones who took their own stuff.
Wonder do you think they could have left some kind of message?
Potentially. Can I go to...
What perspective?
Yeah, perception or detect magic or something, if there's like... If there's something that would have been done, like if there's a place that they normally leave messages, or if there's like a magical signature thing somewhere or something. I don't know. You decide.
There's
Oh.
traces of magic that would aid in transporting stuff, like the equivalent of holding charms, etc.
Okay.
But there's nothing pointing in any specific direction of where it was taken after that.
Okay. Is the magic sort of just... Does it feel like it has Stellar Arvin's signature to it?
Yes.
Okay, then that's good.
Along with one more mixed in.
Hmm?
Along with one more mixed in.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do I recognize it at all?
It seems to be what you would recognize at the least being water attuned in some way.
Water attuned. Okay. So it wouldn't be anyone from either side of the family?
No.
Okay. If it had been someone from one side, then we could have gone there and seen if they've moved over.
Anything I look recognize?
Perhaps, yes, give me a perception. You would recognize that it's the one that's mixed. The third trace of magic you can find is very clearly Heimdall.
We would just sort of take a deep breath.
It's also a Heimdall that is probably one of the purest Heimdall signatures you've noticed.
So I don't recognize this one specifically.
No.
Oh my. Well, I would sort of gasp quite loudly. Heimdall.
Why would they be helping us?
Very strong.
Yeah. Candace has a sudden thought. Where does Arven normally throw her empty books? Where does Arven normally throw her empty books when she's done spelling them?
Probably nowhere in particular. Just wherever trash goes.
I guess if there's one on top of wherever she would have thrown it, Candace might look in there for a message, but it's unlikely there would be anything. She's
No,
just
the most
hoping at
recent
this
one
point.
is the most recent one was a couple of like a week or so ago.
Okay. So at least they moved out recently, if nothing else. Okay. This is a mess. Unless we're gonna find anything else here, probably best to head to the next place. I think is that if no message was left for Candace, then there's no use looking for it. So, but the person we're going to meet might know something anyway.
As you head out, you hear footsteps from the bushes in the adjacent yard. Or rather, you hear rustling from the bushes in the adjacent yard.
Hmm?
It's like a very large, very large bushes. Like someone could easily hide in them standing straight.
Oh, okay.
You hear rustling in one of them.
Who's there?
Can I do an arcane sight?
Yes. Okay. Aider,
Yes.
all the tension that your face has shown currently due to events completely goes away and is replaced with an expression more similar to exhaustion. As you see the person just a couple of seconds ahead in time, probably who is about to step out of the bush. Candace will probably notice this and then see who it was Ailer saw.
Who is it? Oh no. She just sort of... Must you really show up everywhere?
Well, I was simply hiding. Fancy meeting you here. You seem confounded. Is there any knowledge perhaps I can enlighten you with?
Where have my parents gone?
Ah, yes. Yes, Miss Croy, Mrs. Yes, I am very well capable of locating their whereabouts for you. Though, of course, at the usual fare, he says, tipping his hat.
If I must.
Well then. He, then, says as follows. Well then, are you willing to challenge a riddle? For your answer.
I suppose I don't have much choice.
Yes. Well then, you see, I have this friend of mine. He's a very dear friend. He always, just akin to me, wears a hat all the time. The thing is, though, he really likes being extremely fancy, and he really likes the concept of gloves. But the thing is, he is a bit of a scoundrel, and he always lies. However, last time I asked him on his glove obsession, and he said that all his gloves were white. But what does that tell me? What can I in complete assurance conclude from that statement?
You are so unlucky that I watched a video on this exact question 2 weeks ago. Otherwise, I would be furious right now.
The question then is, can I conclude that he has either at least one glove? Does he have only one white glove? Or does he not have any gloves at all? Or does he have at least one white glove? Or does he not have any gloves?
What was his statement that he has all white gloves?
Yes, all his gloves are white is what he had said, and he always lies.
All his socks are white. There you go.
That's not one of the alternatives.
Yeah, and you didn't just say. Can you say them again?
So the options are either he has he has at least one glove. He has only one white glove. He has no gloves. He has at least one white glove. Or he has no gloves at all. Or he has no white gloves specifically.
I don't know how I can have Candice answer this in character while also not, because she wouldn't know the answer to this. She'd just be infuriated.
Well, he could have one white glove, because he said gloves and gloves is plural. So
He did indeed state all my whites are or my gloves are white.
but you don't refer to one glove as gloves, you refer to it as glove. So that could mean that he has one white glove.
Because the sort of well, the most straightforward would be if he had said, yeah.
Because if he always lies, right? Because if he had white gloves, then he would just say, "I have white gloves." But he said, "All my gloves are white," implying that he has gloves. Or do we believe that he doesn't have any? But if he doesn't have any, why would he lie about having white gloves specifically?
Well, why wouldn't it?
I don't know, but
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
The standard would be if we knew that he had the gloves,
Yeah.
then sort of the logical opposite of all are white would be at least one is not white.
Yeah.
But that wasn't one of the options.
So the options was one white glove, no white gloves, no gloves. What was the other one?
At least one white glove, or
Okay.
no white gloves at all.
Okay. Well, no white gloves at all would cover both possible outcomes of him still having gloves
But can you
and
be
not having gloves.
But can you be exactly sure that he has no white gloves?
No,
No.
because the statement would still be true if
You can't be exactly sure he has no gloves either.
Yeah. Because if he has no gloves, then all my gloves are white. It doesn't.
actually, yeah, the statement all my gloves are white, that's true if he doesn't have any gloves.
Because, like, all I had's are green, but, all my gloves are white, but I don't have gloves, so it doesn't matter what colour they are.
Yeah, and the statement is true. So he wouldn't say that if he didn't have any gloves at all. That's really, yeah. We must have at least one glove. Yeah.
So what you're saying is that he has at least one glove. That's the only thing you can be sure of. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, you are correct. Indeed. Well, as for the whereabouts of the people in this house, At the start of the unrest before the breakouts, they quite quickly packed up and left westward.
Westward. To... would they have gone to Pulchritudo or Elysium? Or
As
Brandon
far
Town,
as I
maybe?
know, they headed towards the direction of Pulchritudo, but of course I was not able to locate further than that, so they may have well gone past it to Brandon.
It's another question, but do you know who helped them?
I do know, however I cannot answer that. You see, my limitations are I merely can provide one riddle at a time, and only answer after a riddle.
I need to find a word. What is... When would you next be able to give us a riddle?
Perhaps... He seems to ponder something. After you've met with fortunes.
That is an extremely vague and unhelpful answer. Thank you.
After you have encountered fate. But also before you find the strength.
Isn't this technically a second riddle?
Shh.
No, because it's not a math riddle, that's the thing.
The other question was not a math riddle.
It was a logic puzzle.
The math involved is that
It has to do with
no
logic.
white gloves means therefore he must have at least one glove. Like, the math in that is that
Logic is
one. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I suppose we could always ask them ourselves. Thank you for your ever convenient help. She gives him a sort of very suspicious look.
He bows, tips his hat as he slowly walks backwards into the bush again.
Oh god. Well, I guess we know where to head after this if we're looking for them, so
yes,
I suppose we should find that contact now.
indeed.
Well then, what will you do now?
I think you said head northwest to find that person.
Yes, you head west-north of west, which is on the edge of the river. As you arrive, you notice that this is an area where there's a lot of hotels and inns, taverns, restaurants, cafes, that kind of establishments.
Interesting.
You've been told to look for a a bar by the name of the Silver Spoon.
Would Candace have ever seen it before, or...?
Probably not. It's usually a place where the more kind of rough population, a lot of the workers come there and stuff.
Okay. I guess we'll see if we can find it then.
you head over there, and you do indeed see a bar with the name the Silver Spoon. What do you do?
Well,
You were going to say that the windows were smashed and it was closed.
No, it's fully open. If anything, it seems to have been completely untouched, unlike a lot of other establishments around. What do you do? What do you do?
I suppose we just head inside. That's what we gotta do to find the guy.
You head inside, and it seems a bit calm-ish for once. Roll me a perception.
Is it dark inside?
Enough for Ari.
It's not too long as well.
Okay. Yeah, you all notice it. Is that as you walk in, you notice that there's very faint, but above the shatter of people in there, you can hear what sounds like music in the background, which is of course completely normal. However, you all feel as if you recognize this music from somewhere. Rather than having a pianist or something else play, the music seems to be coming from what sounds like a music box.
Oh,
I was wondering.
I was about to say.
Behind the counter sits an old man dressed as a bartender, currently just cleaning out glasses. What do you do?
Janice is just sort of taking a moment to listen to the song again, I guess.
I was sort of look when the sun nods slowly.
Hmm?
Have we all heard the song before?
It was from when we met Martelos over in the desert. He had the music box in the cave.
Dragon Man?
Yes.
Is there a Dragon Man here?
Not that you can see, no.
Just a music box.
Yes.
Oh.
And we've also seen a similar music box somewhere else, right?
Yes.
And well, which of the old women had it again? The one in the over by the ruins, or and this is grandma.
Hmm?
Which of them was it again who had it?
At the grandma's. At the old
Yeah, I
ladies.
can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do now that you've entered?
I guess after taking a moment to sort of put herself together, she would sort of excuse me.
You go up to the bar. The old man notices. Oh. What can I do for you?
What was it, Saf, I wanted us to find again?
What did you say?
What was it Sapphire wanted us to ask him about again?
He might be able to help you if you need any information about the stuff that's been happening, since he has a lot of customers and gets a lot of gossip.
Okay. Okay.
However, roll me a perception.
Another one? Okay.
Okay. You notice that this bartender, you can't really be sure if what his hair color is, because you're not completely sure if it's just graying or if he always had a very whitish hair color. It's a bit unsure to you.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can barely see behind his very thick glasses that he has bright red eyes.
Alright. An acquaintance of ours said that we should seek you out if we wanted information on why these riots are happening.
I see. I see. Well then, in such cases, he bashes a fist at the bottom of the counter. A staircase folds down from the side of the roof. He then nods for you to go up there as he starts preparing 3 non-alcoholic drinks.
And Ken sort of glances to Ari and Ailey and sort of... Shall we?
And then nods.
What drink have they given us?
He's preparing a sort of fruity, like a fruity lemonade-like tincture.
Has he said anything? Or is he just making a drink?
He's just making it as he's nodded you to go, like he signaled to Candice to go upstairs.
Okay. Was that a signal specifically for Candice? Or?
No, kind of just like he's preparing 3 drinks as he nodded. So
Okay. Well, if nobody else has gone yet, I'll go upstairs.
Yeah.
As the Eiler passes, he would also do a perception. Because, well, especially because of the music. Oops.
You notice the same thing, but you are quite sure that it's his natural hair color. Furthermore,
Yeah.
he has a magical signature
Yeah.
of Heimdall, which is so pure that you've only really seen anything like it once, and honestly, his is probably stronger.
So, does that mean stronger than the one I felt at the house?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
It's honestly, it's not very far off Angelica's spirit herself back in the temple.
I will sort of flinch, but try to hide it as she walks past.
Hmm. You make your way up, and he comes after a short while with a tray with his 3 drinks and sets them down on a table next to two couches and 1 sofa.
Okay. Candace takes a sip of the drink.
It's very light. It has a tinge of various different fruits and berries, but it's not like overpowering. It's not sour. It's not very uh, like it's called- it's not very intensive. It's very mild in the flavor.
Okay.
He then sits down himself in one of the couches. So you're the 3 ones that Sapphire mentioned.
Yes, that would be us.
I see. Amanti doing whatever she wishes again. I assume you've come seeking information then. So,
Yes.
what particular details are you looking for?
These riots, from what I know of my history, they... She sort of shakes her head. Why are they happening?
There is someone behind them. Someone is pulling the strings as far as I can tell. Though I'm not usually one to encroach on Mondo's territory. Even I have been able to notice. You see, are you aware of the, well, strained relation between the Semigar plains and the rest of our kingdom?
I'd assume it's due to the Croy family.
No, it's a bit more than that. Are you aware of the invasion of the northern tribes?
I think that's like wide in history, isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I can tell, a lot of the people leading these uprisings are people whose families and businesses have been negatively afflicted by another group. Because recently a group of people from the steppes raised a campaign to destroy the rest of Argendum, in a sense, politically.
Oh dear.
As far as I can tell, the majority of that group is made up of children of the soldiers who were killed by the Lord of Blades personally during the invasion. And as such, they bear a grudge against the rest. And more in particular, to bear a grudge against him personally. However, due to their methods, they have caused trouble for a lot of other businessmen. And as such, the rest of Argendum are feeling agitated, as the council is unable to make any decision until the Lord of Blades is recovered, or a new chairman is established. They can't do anything. And as such, these uprisings have happened because they deem the council inefficient at ruling and dealing with these threats.
Right. And this alongside the war to the east is not really a good thing.
If anything, I believe the war might be the cause. You see, the very reason that these groups of resistance from former steppe members have been able to even act as actively as they have is because they've been utilizing the borders to our east and south to basically escape law enforcement. Because they keep getting outside of Argendum without any proper border control from the other side. They've been able to move freely and utilize guerrilla tactics. Neither Protera or Celestis have very strong border presences currently in the north and the west respectively. As such, well, the resistance movements have used those, and as such, the uprising movement have now been created as a response. So, indirectly, the war is potentially the cause. It's something I would question if the war was not even created with the sole reason of removing borders presence from Celestis and Praetera in order for these resistance groups to act using those softened borders.
And I wonder what this will lead to.
At the current rate, I don't think there is any argument that the result will be that the council will probably be decommissioned, a monarchy will probably be established for using one of the Zephyrus or base nobilities as their figurehead, and all members of bloodlines originating from the steppe or who's been mixed with the steppe will probably be banished outside of Argendum, or at least away from the of the archipelago part.
This is all one big mess.
Indeed.
However, what's equally threatening is the methods that these step-based resistant groups have been utilizing. Are you aware of the fighting techniques employed by those originating from the 6 tribes?
To some extent, yes.
Yes, the Kamui.
Mm.
However, they've found some way to control something akin to the black beast that appeared in this town a few months ago. During the time of the disease. However, they are then infusing that with the power of their Kamuis, creating large bestial elemental beings, basically.
Can this think for a moment? Does this match the description of what we fought in Praeterra?
No, not exactly. That what you fought in Praeterra was different.
Okay. Yeah. It didn't sound the same, but I wasn't sure.
It wasn't like
That's-
the one we found at the Warriors at the library.
Not really similar either.
What does it mean by control?
I think they seem to not be completely mindless. They seem to have some intent.
Did he say that the Kamui could control them?
Somehow, yes. It seems that they're using the Kamui, the way they control Kamui. So, the same way that druids can control their Kamui spirit,
Right.
they are then infusing this spirit with what you would realize is probably the liquid mana of these large black creatures, in order to
Yeah.
make a mixture that's like a large black creature but with Kamui features, and then because it's technically Kamui, they can control it.
Okay. I wonder what the reason to do that in the first place would be. Why would they need to do that?
Probably it affords them some level of strength they didn't have before, which they can use to push their, or threaten, I guess. So they can get what they are looking for.
Did we ever get any like solid explanation for what the black shade things are?
Basically, a corrupted liquid mana that's then been basically forced into take the form of a living being.
Okay.
You would hazard particularly that it's similar to how the Partholans, which was a type of people alongside the Furbolg back in the day, how they were basically beings created out of pure mana. This is basically the same principle in that the liquid mana is trying to become living beings, but it's not
Okay.
able to fully form in sentient life forms. Instead, it forms kind of a amalgamation between beast and mana.
Right. And then like when Pascal, is that his name?
Passe.
Passe, sorry, was he was extracting mana out of people, wasn't he? And then
Yes.
turning them into. So he was taking their innate mana and then turning it into those things.
Yes.
So if the Kamui are they creating these things and then putting the druids, they're putting the Kamui in it?
It would seem more like they are doing a kind of, they're creating both at the same time in one spot. So they're basically formed at the same time.
They must be using something as a source of corrupted mana to do
Yes.
that. Which doesn't sound good. Can't see that having a good outcome.
Well then, what will you do?
I don't know.
Do you have any other information that could be relevant?
Depends on what you would deem as relevant.
I suppose that's a fair assumption. Anything about she sort of was kind of hoping that he'd know what relevant was, but I guess she's got to do the thinking this time. I suppose I'm not sure what we can do to. I'm not sure if we can interfere with this in any way and see if we can resolve it. We couldn't. Well, the war was going to happen anyway, and if this is something that we can't really affect either, then probably best to simply plan around it rather than try and get involved in it. Ken sort of just buries her head in her hands, and after a moment sort of, why does everything have to be so complicated?
Seems to me all these problems are symptoms of the real issue.
Indeed.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about two certain people leaving the town?
Multiple people have already left the town at the start of the uprising.
Yes. And he sort of looks over at Landis.
And sort of nods her thanks to Ella and sort of, my parents, Karoy and Wilfram, as far as we can tell, they left here travelling east a few days ago. It was just, if you have any, I don't know how you'd get it, but if you have any information about where they might have gone, travelling west, sorry.
I have no ideas of their current whereabouts, but they were among others whom I lent my services to when it came to evacuation.
Were you the one who helped them move all their stuff out of the house?
Yes, them along with dozens of others.
I see. Um, I know I shouldn't pry, but your magical signature and music box and everything, it's all rather familiar to the three of us by this point.
Maybe so. He readjusts his tie and kind of tightens it up a bit as he's... and then adjusts his glasses a bit as he looks out through a window. Maybe so.
What's a member of the Heimdall family with purity as strong as yours doing in a town like this?
I'm no member of that family anymore. Neither would I want to be.
I'm sorry to hear that.
After discovering what my sister had done, there was no way I could stay there.
Oh.
Thankfully, at least her blood died out with her. He looks over towards Candace in particular. And I think you should be happy that her blood did indeed die out with her.
How so?
She was obsessed with hunting down your bloodline.
Sneaks line.
Yes.
And a sort of glance to Eilea. Then that dream you had.
Yes, maybe. Forgive me asking, but what was her name?
Whom? My sister.
Yes.
He sighs as he ponders. He once again readjusts his tie as if it's some nervous tick almost. Her name. Abigail Heimdall. Though I suppose that was the name we used to have. You see, she was not of the main line, but rather the cousin of the main line. Not far off, mind you, but when the next generation happened, our names were our surname was changed, as is tradition. So I suppose if you wanted to look up any leads on her, it would be Abigail Endymion.
Is that a sound that Candace has heard
No,
before? Or?
never.
Okay. Okay.
Speaking of names, actually, I suppose I haven't introduced myself.
If we will.
He adjusts his tie again. Bartholomew. No, you can just call me Bart.
Let's see. Well, I'm sure you know our names already.
Vaguely.
We were in the archive about, what, a week ago? A week and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
Candace sort of thinks, just to check, did anything weird happen about a week and a half ago to you?
Nothing out of the ordinary. But I suppose you're referring to this. He snaps his fingers. And you see outside the window that things slow down until they no longer move.
Candace is a little scared that he can do that on command. Yes, that would be it.
He then snaps his fingers and everything resumes as normal. So, as I said, nothing out of the ordinary.
I see. This Candace is sort of just regretting she'd asked because now she has more questions. This may seem like a strange question to ask, but perhaps, maybe not. If you seem to know so much and have a power with a power like that, how long have you been alive?
He seems to think.
She's specifically not asking how old he is. There's a difference.
I believe I've experienced at least 1600 years now.
I see. It's quite a long time then. I'd love to keep asking questions, but I think it would be a bit rude to keep going. There's so much you could say, but she just shakes her head.
As you're sitting there, you see out the window something that breaks the peace.
Oh dear.
Across town, towards the business district, you see a large, almost fox-like behemoth, the size of a 3-story building.
Oh no.
That's worrying.
The bartender you've been talking to reaches over to a shelf, punches underneath it, and then pulls down one of the sides of it. The wall opens. He takes out some armor from there, puts it on his right arm, pulls out a holster for a pistol, and a sword. He then closes the wall and opens the window and prepares to leave through it.
Are you going to fight that thing?
There are civilians over there. They need to be evacuated.
Do you want our help?
I'll come.
Your choice. He then hurries away.
I
Can
know. Quickly follows after him.
Yeah. Candice downs the rest of her drink in one go and does the same. Is Ari coming too, or is he gonna enjoy the drink?
Oh, he's coming.
Okay.
Okay, you head towards the city. Where you find... when you arrive... you see what... see, you arrive from this direction. You see this battlefield. Roll for initiatives. And I'll tell you that this is the joy of an escort mission in a sense. You need to get all the civilians to either the bottom of the map or the left side of the map, basically.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Does using a giant black hole count?
They only have 4 HP each.
Does it count?
They need to be alive when they reach.
Okay.
Can we revive them?
No, they don't have strong enough spirits to survive that.
It's a shame, to be honest.
Furthermore, you can this boss will attack a random civilian. However, if someone is standing in between the monster and the civilian, it will attack them instead. And it will always prioritize the civilian that's closest to it. The civilians have 4 movement each.
Can that movement speed be increased through any like?
Yes, if you buff their movement speed, they will move faster.
Okay.
You need at least 3 of them to make it safely out. You get bonus rewards for if all 5.
Or either there is
Okay.
saving old. Really. She wouldn't forgive herself, at least.
Well then, Ari, your turn.
Let's have a look. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Items. Let's have a look. I have one. Okay. I'm going to make a dexterity potion
Alright.
using my fairy root and my pure liquid mana, the
Okay.
purple one.
Alright.
So I shall do my roll. Alchemy roll.
It's a critical success.
Cool.
So you then have a... So, have you already removed 1 liquid mana, or shall I?
I've done it.
Alright. And then a dexterity pot. Ancient dexterity potion. There you go.
Okay. And then what does this do? That's the creation of operations. I don't know. All allies within 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. What actions do I have left?
Your quick action and your movement.
Okay. I'll move. That's my movement here. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And quick action. Wait a minute. What is this?
Giving an item counts as a quick action, for example.
Yeah. Just want to check something. Oh, okay. I'm just checking the wording on the proper administration. I'm assuming the potion has to have had an effect on a target in order for it to have a 4-tile radius.
Let's see, which one are you thinking of?
Well, like if I threw a potion on the floor, right,
Let's see.
it wouldn't just automatically affect any ally within 4 tiles because it's on the floor, right? It has to
No,
be-
it has to be administered, like...
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Basically what you do is that you basically administer it, but you get, like, enough that you can basically administer it to everyone around as well.
Yeah, that was assumed that's how it worked. I just wanted to double check. Okay. I can't use quick action for movement. It's I have to use an action for that, don't I?
Yes.
So, okay, I'll end my turn then. I don't have anything else I want to do.
All right. Ailer.
Can an illusory decoy carry a potion?
Let's see. Illusory decoy. Illusory decoy. Let me double check. Yes, decoy is fully fine. Yes.
Okay, good. Because I do have an ancient dexterity potion, and I also can use trickster spells, one for free each turn. Let's see. I suppose, yeah. Well, the one closest to him would sort of need it the most. But if I create an elusive decoy there and they have the same movement as me,
Yes.
I can then have it carry an ancient dexterity potion over to this civilian.
Okay.
I want to do that.
All right.
I hope the creation. Not a crit, but a success. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
There is the icon. Yes. And you admit
Okay.
you give them a dexterity potion.
Yeah, an ancient dexterity.
Yeah. So there we go.
Does that technically trigger my passive, or is does it
No,
not?
you have
Is-
to be the one to
I
administer it.
administer it. Okay.
So that should give us 4 then. And I remove it from my inventory. Okay.
I do get a point of meticulous though, which
Yes.
means I have 2 points now because I've made 2 potions technically.
Yes.
In fact, no, I get 1 meticulous. I haven't got the other one yet
Yes.
because it's not been consumed. Okay.
So that. Did I need to use any more actions than just the bonus action to create? Or could.
That would be just the bonus action, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, see. Oh yeah. The start of each turn, I gain a full force.
Hmm.
I can give the enemy a Gatling Storm.
Okay.
Then let's see. Oh yeah, because I used Trickster spell, the skill for trickery, I want Flash of Ingenuity.
Yes.
Okay. Then I suppose. Let's see. Let's see. More quickly. Action. Yeah, actually, to reduce attention during combat wouldn't be good if I try to stand in front of the civilian to protect them. But, yes, actually.
I suppose it depends how the enemy's vision works. If you stand in front of a civilian to protect them and you have lower, and you're like less likely to be targeted, that means that the person behind you may also be less likely to be targeted because the enemy can't see through you. But if they can't see you, then they can't see what's behind you either. I'm just trying to annoy Tay.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said, as long as if you stand between the enemy and then that triggers that at least.
Okay, so it would work. But I think because okay, well, here's the thing. Would Candice be able to reach this person there?
My movement is 6, but I was thinking. So when did these guys move?
They move after all players.
And you said they have to get to the north or west?
No, west or south.
West or south, okay.
Yeah.
So, which one is Alia targeting again?
Well, this one has got an ancient dexterity.
Okay.
I have 2 options, so to speak. I can naturally reach this one, and then I can probably then. Well, actually, I can reach either this one or this one. Because this one I can just reach. This one I can use my kind of assistance, a standard action, and then I can use the trickster spell to disguise.
Candice would probably be probably diamond dust to get these 2 out to this point here.
Okay.
So if you focus on like the northern ones,
Yeah.
Candice can use magic to get the southern ones really far out of the way very quickly, and can then focus on everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So I just move here then. And you did say it would work if I create an illusory disguise then. So I'll try that.
Wait, what did you just say?
Illusory disguise. That would also protect the one behind me. Sort of. Or
Illusory disguise doesn't work here, no.
okay.
Because
okay,
it's
yeah.
as I mentioned before, these are being controlled, which means that technically these ones don't have any perception. Like the enemy doesn't have any perception; it's being controlled by someone else.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
tricking this one's eyes doesn't work.
Okay.
Which is why I said decoy works, because that's tricking the people around you here, like the civilians, but it doesn't affect the enemy. Whereas decoy, disguise requires the enemy to be seeing something different.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Okay. So, but if I just stand in front of them, it would attack me instead.
Yes.
So then what I want to do is, as a standard action, use Feather Foot.
Okay.
So that just readies me. And then I have a quick action left, actually. Let's see. Could I then actually technically create a decoy to stand here?
I mean, yeah, that you can do, yes.
Yeah. Then let's do that. Shall I roll again, or should we use this Not
Yeah, you can
following
roll
me.
again and give me the exact tile you want it to be on.
Yeah. There.
Okay. Uh, okay. Candice then?
Um,
And yeah, my skill for trickery, I just restore the spell slot, so I don't have to bother adjusting.
I also just realized that my character isn't updated with my level 20 skills,
And let's see.
which is Achievement of the Wise, Spellcaster Resourcefulness, and I don't know if I have access to Grace the Noble one yet.
Let me fix that.
They probably won't affect what I'm doing this turn, but I just figured that I'd point that out.
Yeah, let me go and grab them.
Clear for us.
You have your pauldron though.
Yeah, that's fine.
See there's the bottom of it, and then first of then dun, and then dun. Then next off is that one, and then that. And then lastly you have so this one. And then lastly you have have I mentioned what the Grace of the Noble one is?
No, you haven't. That's why I didn't know if I even had it. I'll just put it in. I'll check it once I've done my turn. If it's that important, it can still wait. It's fine.
There you go. Save.
Okay. So just to check, it was for movement. It was base 3 and then +1 every 5 levels.
3 and then 1 every 5 levels. Yes, and then
So I should have 7 then. Okay, not 6.
and then you add your evasion minus weight.
Which is 2 minus
4, so it's less than 0, so it's just 0.
yeah. So it's just 7 movement then. I'll fix that. Mob 7, there we go. And I'll also add that spell slot from the pauldron in a moment. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And using, let's check quickly. Back, spells, ice, Diamond Dust 5 tile radius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. This tile here,
Okay.
if I send a Diamond Dust on that tile, it should just about cover these two.
I will point out this, that if
Yeah.
any of the civilians slide on ice and hit a building rather than stop naturally, they will take 2 damage.
But they'll still be alive.
Yes, I'm just pointing out that takes half their health off.
Okay. I mean, if this one slides down to here, takes 2 damage, slides along to here, and is fine. This one slides down to here and takes 2 damage, and slides along to this one, they're also fine.
Alright.
I could make it so it's higher up, so it doesn't hit this building. But so it covers this one as well, but it might also cover Bart.
Mm.
Let me check. If I want that to be there, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would cover Bart as well. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It won't cover that one. So I go here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. If I put it here,
Mm.
1, 2, 3. But yeah, if I put it here, it should cover these two.
Mm.
This one will be just out of range and can move into it. And these two can crash into this house if they want to and then still along to here and they'll be fine.
Okay.
So 2 damage is 2 damage. I would like... Is there a reward for them taking 0 damage is the question.
No.
Well then, the last health point is the only important one.
Okay.
So I'll throw out a Diamond Dust then.
I will say this though. There
Yeah.
is a 1 in 7 chance currently that the enemy will roar, dealing 1 damage like that turn.
Okay, but that's still only 3 damage total.
Yeah.
But what?
Well, what if they do that twice?
Well, if they crash into a wall twice, that's their fault, and they die anyway.
No.
Like, what's
The
the
ro- the
civilian's movement?
The civilians have 4 movement.
Okay. And what's the range of the roar? Is it the whole screen?
Yes.
And
One...
yeah, I mean, if they need 2 movement to get here anyways with the ice, then they can just as well move.
Okay, let me think then. Also, 1 in 7 chance happening twice would be horrifically bad luck.
It becomes
but-
a higher chance the less. It becomes a higher chance the less enemies are currently on the screen. So once, let's say, like 2 of these get out of the screen, then it's only a 1 in 5.
Beautiful. Alright, let's see then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's the only one that doesn't have one of us, so to speak, in front of it. Well, actually, that one as well. But,
Yeah,
I mean, these,
I'm good. See,
if we're trying to the most, well, closest one, I think we could have those covered already. Am I right in that?
Hmm? What?
Like, you did say it would target the closest civilian,
Yes.
and we should have those covered.
That is
Okay.
correct.
I'm now trying to figure out if I can put ice somewhere which could perfectly stop civilians from sliding into this wall, or this, or this, or this. I'm trying to figure out like the exact placement where they can not knock themselves on the head. Can the civilians go through this pathway?
He can go through there, yes.
If he from his current position, if he slid through, would he hit anything?
Yes, because that is a squiggly line path.
Hmm.
But
I see.
But real life doesn't work by you have to walk zigzag. If I ice this place up and he slid from here to here, would he crash into anything?
My logic here is he has to walk around the horse car, so
Okay,
you have to
okay,
step
the
over
horse
here
car-
or here.
Okay, okay, but once he gets to this this tile here, for example, he could just go straight south and he's fine.
I suppose, yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Um,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, the tile I want to put this on is exactly 12 tiles away from me.
Okay.
yeah, just one question. I mean,
Yeah.
couldn't you just 1, 2, 3, 4 walk here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 walk there?
just want to do something useful, okay? I can't.
You do realize what you can do is you can just create an ice cube in front of one as a tank, basically, and stuff.
Fine. I'll be boring. That works, I guess. Yeah, I'll just. It's not. If I can use my action to move again, right?
Yes.
I don't think an ice cube's boring. I think it's pretty cool.
Chill down there.
It's too hot for this. That's not even a pun. It's just a fact. I'm not doing very well right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can just be down here. I'll pop. Spell slots. Yeah, I'll pop a spell slot and drop an ice cube. It takes up just one tile, right?
Yep. It basically acts similar to the decoy.
This one here, then. I'm assuming that would be the best tile to put it on?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just do that then. Oh, it's 7 now, not 6, isn't it?
Okay. NPC turn. So, the enemy is going to, let's see.
Okay.
No roar. And the closest one is this one, so it will attack. Dealing 20 damage.
Oh.
And knocking Bart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles
Oh.
into this building.
Is that attack determined by the roll?
No, that's just the hit rate.
Okay. What's the modifier on that then?
No, the modifier you mean? It's just a ignore defense.
So 5 wouldn't hit in that case, would it? Or was the D7 just for the roll?
Yes.
So 1 to 6 on D7 do nothing.
Yes.
Okay, and then a 12 was a crit and ignores defense.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be. Hang on. I don't know. Anyway.
It was a crit?
It was a crit, yes.
Yeah, I mean 20 damage.
Did that matter for the damage?
No.
Okay.
Just a knockback, it went from 6 to 9 tiles.
Ah.
Okay, so the damage is fixed at 20.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. That's okay then. Okay. Is that the whole turn?
And then all the civilians, now that they attack a Ben, will try and run away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, dexterity pot.
Yep.
And Bart will get back up onto his feet and will then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ari, your turn again.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just moving myself just for reference. I'm not actually committing to a move yet.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 far away. Okay. I will actually move here. Just
Okay.
that fulfills the criteria for what I wanted to do anyway. I will ingest my own dexterity potion.
Yes, which gives you +4.
8. It's doubled because I used it myself.
Yeah, so 8 to you, 4 to them.
Yeah. So everyone within 4 tiles gets 4 dexterity for those 3 turns.
It means that one's just gonna zoom away now.
And I get another point of meticulous, so I've got 2 points of meticulous.
Yes.
And I get 4 as well, because I'm
Now.
walking.
Yes, you're within 4 tiles, yeah.
Yes.
And then I get 2 graviton as well.
Yes.
And I also get fermenting on myself.
Yes.
Any potion effects, non-unique positive and negative effects inflicted and gained by the target this turn are reapplied. It says upon the user coming in contact. What does that mean?
Basically, yeah. So you can just touch like your hand, your palm to anywhere on your body to trigger it.
So I can reapply the same buff after.
Yes.
And then that will consume the fermenting on it.
Yes.
Let's see. I had something about rebuffing myself. Where is it? No, it's not that. Not that. What was it? Not that. Wasn't there something about when I reapply a buff, it isn't it just refreshes the duration? Am I thinking of something else? I thought I had something that mentioned about when is it this one? Upon activating the beneficial potion effect while the effect is already present, increase the duration by the remaining amount.
Yes.
So if I triggered fermenting immediately, that would add an extra 3 turns again on top of what's already been added.
Yes.
I'll do that immediately then.
Right, so it now lasts for 6 turns instead.
Yeah.
Right.
And that consumes fermenting. So I'm assuming the consumption of the potion was an action, and then the consuming of the fermenting was a quick action, and I've moved. So that should be everything, right?
So fermenting is a bonus action. Consuming is a quick action. So you still have your standard action.
I still have my standard action. Let's have a look. Is using meticulous modification an action?
That's an action, yes.
Okay. So I can use any potion.
Yes.
Okay. I need to remove that. I don't have that anymore. Define potion.
Anything that is alchemically created and has the name potion in its name.
Okay. Cool.
Does this thing have a health bar or something?
It has, but not displayed here. I have it in my notes.
Okay. Would it be worth displaying if I halved its health points?
I suppose so.
It says that I can deal damage equal to HP, current HP divided by 2.
Yes.
Unless it's immune to that, of course.
That's your own HP.
It says spend 2 points along with a potion powder or using a golem. Deal damage to an enemy equal to current HP divided by 2.
Yes, so you deal damage equal to your HP divided by 2.
Tay, don't ruin the fun.
That wording needs to be addressed. The way that it reads infers that it's the enemy's current HP because it doesn't stipulate that I have to take my current HP into
Okay.
So
Alternatively,
just change that for future reference.
Yes.
or we can use the HP of Say's other character who has 3 times as much.
Yeah. But no, that's not as not as potent as it sounds. Then. So I'm not going to bother with that one.
It
I'll
becomes
just
the way you can make that very potent is, for example, you have when you drink potions, you can actually go above your max threshold.
yeah.
So, which means that you can get, like, let's say maybe 40 HP.
Fair enough. But there's no potions that allow me to gain HP. I could heal.
Yes,
damage.
normal health potions. Like when you administer them to yourself, any of the bonuses that isn't the base potion effect, so any of the ancient bonus, proper administration bonus, like any of those bonuses stack on top of your max HP. They are not stopping at the
okay.
limit.
I understand.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm going to... Let's see, what is it? Well, that's 4. I don't have any medicinal health, do I? No. I will use some wind grass and some... I can't do that either. I'm going to extract mana from myself.
Okay.
That's the blue quality, right? Fine.
Yes.
There you go. Turn's done.
All right. Ailer, your turn.
Yeah. So yeah, the decoys only lasted 1 turn.
The decoy only lasted 1 turn. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose both Bart and Ari are already covering the closest one. But then it's really if I can in some way help the others escape better. Well, I suppose, well, first of all, I can give Gathering Storm to the enemy. And I get up to 2 with full force. Maybe what I could do. Should I use an arcane sight to see maybe what the enemy is trying to do this turn?
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
I hope it's taking a lot of damage.
You see a future where all the most powerful attacks you can imagine from everyone here are just doing nothing. Like, you can see a vision of Candice unleashing like a stabbing barrage, and all the wounds just heal back. You can see Ari creating a really explosive potion, and it just heals back.
Yeah, and would everyone be able to hear me if I just scream that out to them?
Yeah.
I'll sort of do that then. Attacking would be a few times. Okay, so that was quick action. Not sure. Yeah, actually, with my bonus spell, I can make. Would an illusory decantation help these civilians?
It will keep them alive, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Reach of magic was again.
12 tiles.
Yeah. Yes. This one then I can make an illusory decantation for. Oh, or I can't.
You failed creating a decantation. Nothing else.
Thanks for not making it work. Or actually, I can use my Flash of Ingenuity.
Okay, re-rolling then.
Yeah, that's better.
You managed to make a decantation of. It is. How much HP is the decantation?
Oh yeah, that's in, so it's 8.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I regain a Flash of Ingenuity from that is what I want. So yeah, bonus quick action, I have standard action and movement. Anything useful? Yeah, moving, giving stealth to all the people around here would only make it target someone else, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's not good. I suppose still. Would evasion matter against this thing?
Yes, evasion matters.
So if I have 9 evasion and stand here, would it then try to target me and I have a decent chance of avoiding?
Where would you want to stand, did you say?
Like here.
It will still target
Bart.
Currently, Bart is the target because he is standing next to the intended target.
Yeah, and I can't really change that, can I?
No.
No. Eesh. Sorry, Bart. Yeah. Sure what I could do. Well, technically, I could. If stuff won't go in damage, I could try to pocket change the enemy.
Okay.
and sort of just get the bonuses from stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Again, what was the calculation for movement again?
Movement is 3 plus 1 every 5 levels,
Okay, so then I have 7 base then.
and then evasion minus weight.
Evasion minus weight. And yeah, evasion is that affected by my agility. And yeah, I have 1. Wait, so yeah, then I have 13 currently then, because I have the bonus from the 4 extra agility.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I always forget the reach of my weapon.
Your weapon's reach is. I think it is. If I remember, yeah, it's. So it's base 1, and then you add your athletics to it, so that's 3. So you have 4 tiles reach on it, and then an additional 2 because of throwing. So it 6 range.
Okay. So I move over here
Okay.
and pocket change the enemy.
Okay.
Which, yeah, it's with agility. Pretty well currently.
3.
Is that a crit?
It is a crit, yes.
Okay. So then it gets a pacify.
Hmm.
It gets a gathering storm. And what would I get by gifted dexterity I can get +4 to my agility.
Okay.
And then goodness. Something more in this. I think. Oh yes, sweepstakes is not triggered because I don't have more targets. So yeah, never mind anything more then. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, actually no, I get an extra pulse fighting because it was a crit.
What did you say?
I get an extra pulse fighting because it was a crit.
Yes.
That's it then.
Okay. Candice, your turn. Candice?
Ah, I was muted. Alice said the monster's basically invincible, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Then the plan I was planning is not a plan that should be executed. It's currently still targeting this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if there's nothing we can do to attack it, then there's not much I can do for the moment, I think.
The primary civilian of problem is gonna be this one because it's gonna be the slowest now.
That's true.
It does have an illusory decantation at least.
Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I throw out... Yeah, I know what I just said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I throw out a diamond dust on like this corner of the house, it'll ice this entire corridor here,
Yes.
and this guy can just stand on this tile and slide all the way south and out immediately. And this one here will be on this tile after their next movement.
Yes.
So this one will be gone, this one will be one space out, and these three will be almost done too.
Alright.
Does that work?
Yeah, fair.
And that's 9 tiles away.
Yes.
So it would be... Yeah. Yeah, it starts on this one here.
There.
Yeah, and here. So it won't touch this person here, but it will get this entire alleyway for this person just behind us.
Yes.
Okay. I will throw that out then.
Okay. That alley is iced.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let me check. I still don't think I can use 2... No, it's not a runestone, is it? It's fine. I can... God, there goes that. I'm going to... I know it won't do anything. In terms of, like, if Alyssa will heal, then it'll heal, but I want to Renegade Hail the boss anyway.
There.
Which is... that. Plus 2 crit.
Yes.
So that's 12 damage, which immediately heals, I think, assumedly.
So, let me do...
Yeah, it's 6 hits of 2 damage, and Brittle and Chill.
So, to give you an idea, so you see
Yeah.
the HP bar there? How much
Yeah.
damage do you deal?
I did 12 damage. Okay. And then immediately heals back up?
At the start of the enemy's turn, yes.
Okay, how much does it heal at the start of its turn is the question.
Back to full.
So we have to do its whole health bar in
Yes.
one turn. That's terrifying. But it has Brittle and Chill now.
Yes.
So, yay.
Yay! Yeah, debuff the arm good.
Yeah.
Oh, not that one. Where is done and it's annoyingly enough. There.
Okay.
Okay. Enemy turn. Heals back up. And then nothing in roar form. So minus 20 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The NPC dodges out of the way with the heightened dexterity, I'm guessing.
No, like he's not flying in a straight line. He's flying in like an arc. Like he's launched
Okay.
high into
Wait,
the
what's
air.
the attack if it can attack from that far away?
It basically just slams the ground and creates a quake.
Okay. That's terrifyingly specifically targeted then.
And then a kind of tendril-like appendage kind of appears and stabs from below.
Okay. And that's the knockback, okay.
Imagine a
So-
Kageone, basically.
Okay.
Enemy running away time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It technically has 12. Out. Okay. Ari, your turn.
Okay. So we have to deal all of its health in one turn.
Well, I'll protect those two.
You are?
Protect the 2 civilians left.
Nah, we met the minimum criteria, it's fine.
But there's an exclusive reward if we get all 5 hours.
Well,
You'll
I
love
guess-
it.
Ari
I guess
doesn't.
Orange doesn't have to worry about it because Eiler will move there if no one else does.
That's
But
fine.
they've got the guy on 10 health, he can do it.
He's probably not looking particularly healthy right now.
He'll be fine. I mean,
Well,
I could go and stand next to them. Like, I could get there.
And then perish from 20 damage.
I'm invulnerable, what are you on about?
Okay.
What are you on about?
Okay.
Also, I want to make a potion.
Okay.
Make a potion. With the mana that I made before.
Okay.
And the wind grass.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. So
What potion are we making?
it's a minor health potion,
Okay. Yes.
which becomes an ancient minor health potion.
Yes.
And when used on myself, its effectiveness is doubled.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So this will mean I can't die. I'm just gonna go stand over here. Afterwards as well.
So first off that, and then I'm gonna edit it to be ancient.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll cover the closest civilian.
Okay. Ailer then, I guess.
yes. Okay. I'll stand over here. Let's see.
Well,
I'll pocket change the enemy.
okay.
Is that a crit?
Yes. Actually, no, that's not a crit. Not a crit. It's just about not a crit.
Okay. So then, I just get from the start of my turn, I got a full force thing, see, and mm, I do, however, get the dexterity still, so well, I'll increase my agility again.
Okay.
Best as fuck, boy.
Very, very zoomy.
Yeah, I have 20 right now.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get hit by that.
11 evasion, yes. And a whole lot of movement. Yeah, that should be 17 movement. So then I have quick action left. Let's see, just let me keep it on. This thing. Yes. Well, actually, I might get something from an arcane side. So I try that again. Well, what does that tell me?
Um. Hmm. You, for some reason, see weird images flash before your eyes that you have no idea what they could mean.
Okay.
You see what seems to be some sort of dungeon, some sort of dinner table. You see what you have this like a throne room or something. Something looks like a like a doctor's office. Something that looks like a tailor shop. Something that looks like a courthouse, and something that looks like a forest.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you. That's brilliant. And then for my bonus Richter spell, I want. Yeah. I make an illusory decantation for bar.
Okay. Something strange happens.
Oh.
Your magic is rejected.
Oh. Do I still get butterfly effect or not?
Yes.
Thank you. But yeah, that's nice. Well, that's my turn then.
Candice then?
Okay, well, I have no idea. 7 movement over here, I guess.
Hmm.
If we can't damage this guy, we've just got to get the hell out of here. So, I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's my turn. I'll actually. Can I use my? No, I don't have a spell slot for it. Never mind. I mean, I can cast a tier 1 with a higher tier spell slot, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can I put an ice? If I put an ice cube in front of Bart, will that protect him, or will that also somehow get rejected?
No, that wouldn't be rejected, no.
Okay, I put an ice cube in front of him.
Okay. Okay.
It's a tier 2 spell slot ice cube. If that makes any difference, I doubt it does.
There.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it.
That's nice. Actually, forgot the enemy should have one more gathering storm.
Alright. Well then, enemy turn. So there's only 2 left, which means that it's a 1 out of 3.
Oh. Yeah.
No roar.
Good.
Instead, Ari, what is your evasion?
If it's adjusted correctly, when I added my agility, it's 6.5.
Minus, you then add your negative your weight.
Where do I see that?
Your weight is 1, so it's
1.
5 rounded it down.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 minus 5 doesn't really do much on this.
That's fine. I'm prepared for it anyway.
Yes, because the enemy has technically rolled 12.
Yeah.
12 plus. Yeah, the enemy has an attack hit rate of 678.
Okay.
You take 20 damage.
Okay.
Just
I
okay.
get back up automatically, and my
Yeah.
mana potions consumed.
Yeah, is it full potency or half potency?
Where is it? They use a healing medicine to recover health of self at 50% potency if not successful from recovering from lethal damage. Is it that one?
Yes.
But then any potion effectiveness is doubled, so I guess you just... So the ancient potion would normally be
So it becomes 8 then.
a minor... Yeah, doubles to 16, then halves back to 8, so yeah, heal 8, yeah.
Alright. And then you're not. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're knocked so hard that you bounce. You're in this tree now.
Okay. Are there any pine cones in here?
No,
I'll do a pine cone check.
no.
You already said no.
It's an
Pine
oak
cone
tree.
check.
It's an oak.
Acorn check.
Okay.
You've confirmed it's an oak tree now.
Yeah, it's there.
Bitch.
There are empty acorn hats.
Take them anyway.
Okay.
You just put them all together into one big acorn hat and wear it.
Exactly.
Let
I'll
me.
just Grovine all the empty acorn hats.
Oh god.
So it'll be like some secret OP reagent for like a really powerful potion later in the game.
There you go.
Yeah!
It counts as armor.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Difficult to wear. Well, no shit.
It's like I have a bunch of friends playing old school RuneScape, and there's a meme that's going around which is like trying to wear goblin armor. This is too small for a human.
So, and then NPC run at a time. Both of them gets out easily.
They do be running.
Noticing that the enemy has run away, the enemy will enter a state of rage.
Oh no.
That will deal 60 damage to everyone on the map.
Ah, I guess. Are we about to have another Arcadia-style flashback to 1,000 years ago in the next session?
No.
Okay, so we just die.
No, I'm gonna do something. So all of your HPs get reduced to 0.
Fun.
I still have a potion if that matters, otherwise I'll just not use it.
Yeah, just wait.
Okay.
However, as the ice cube shatters
Okay.
and Bart's
Poor
HP
Ice Cube.
and Bart's HP is about to go down, He, you can see that he grabs his tie, and you can, Kenny, since you're closest to him as you're going down, you can hear him mumble. I didn't want to use this. And he's going to activate an ability of his. That being the Wheel of Fate. Suddenly, time reverts slightly. As he then is going to do the following. He then is going to activate Master of the Heavens, resetting everyone back to before the battle. So everyone gets back to full health but have no buffs or anything. Actually, you keep your buffs.
Okay.
So
Everyone
that's
gets back
like
to...
phone hats.
Yes, everyone
Okay.
gets back to full health and everything.
Okay.
And to the same position they started in.
I don't remember what that was.
Over here.
Okay.
Then he's going to do a series of different attacks. And before you know it, the enemy is on the ground with its head in what looks like a guillotine. And as Bart pulls out his gun, he then fires and kills it.
Why didn't he do that before?
You didn't want to use it.
And
We just used it.
the as he turns around, you all three feel an extremely you know he's seemingly not a threat to you, but you still feel a very threatening presence. To give you an idea of just how threatening a presence you're getting,
Ah, I see.
and that's where I cut the session.
Got it.
Oh.
Good